What's poppin', yo? DaBaby's comeback team has to be working overtime because on top of the fact that DaBaby just dropped a recent song, well, a recent 3-pack, it was called the Fireman, I believe, and one of the songs, Shake Some, people are actually messing with heavy. Now, I think it's a cool song, but I don't think there's much to it, which I was like waiting for like a verse or something, and he kind of does drop a verse, but it's just more of like a party song. It's kind of like they're setting it up for summer. I do see it taking off. It's already got a significant amount of streams, and people are messing with it. I think if DaBaby was scorching hot, like he was maybe 2 years ago, maybe a little bit more actually, maybe 2020, I would say, then this would have just boomed immediately. But on top of that, so he drops this. He's kind of making like a little comeback right now. And then his baby mama goes through what she just went through, or what she just put somebody through, I should be saying, which is the following. DaniLeigh spent the end of Memorial Day weekend in jail. This after cops say she hit somebody with her car while driving under the influence. The singer, who's also DaBaby's ex-mother to one of his kids, was arrested early Tuesday morning in Miami Beach, where police claim she was involved in a DUI, hit and run, which ended with a serious back injury to the alleged victim, who was riding a moped. Imagine getting hit by a car. Oh, man. Let me just continue. According to the police report obtained by TMZ, Danny was seen by several witnesses driving at a high rate of speed and swerving in and out of lanes near Miami Beach. Eventually, cops say she struck somebody who was on a motorized scooter and dragged the moped for about a block. Somebody flagged down a nearby officer, who then initiated a stop. In the paperwork, the cop describes Danny as smelling of alcohol. He conducted field sobriety tests, which he says she failed, and says she later took a breathalyzer. The officer claims she blew a 0.145 and a 0.148, nearly twice the legal limit. Danny was cuffed and taken to jail, where she was booked on 3 felony charges: driving under the influence, leaving the scene of a crash with serious bodily injury, and DUI damage to property. As for the person whom cops say was hit, cops claim they were treated at a local hospital where they say they were told by doctors that this man suffered a kidney laceration and a spinal fracture. Before I start talking about DaniLeigh in particular, because she is a musician, we know. She hasn't had a hit in 4 years. The last one had Chris Brown on it. But everyone was defending her. All these chicks was defending her. A lot of dudes was defending her when she assaulted DaBaby. Now, some people are saying, man, DaBaby was trying to kick her out, this and that. But if you guys recall the video that we all saw where he was recording her, he's like, oh, I'm recording this for my safety. If you guys remember, she got charged for assault in that one. In the beginning, they didn't arrest her, but they came back, investigated, and they found enough evidence to give her 2 misdemeanor assaults. So DaBaby really wasn't lying. And then she's talking about, oh, me and my baby safe, this and that. And she was trying to paint DaBaby as a deadbeat. We recall this. I recall you fans that were doing this. So we're assuming DaBaby's a deadbeat. He doesn't mess with this kid at all, right? That's what we're assuming, which I don't believe to be the case. So that means the kid is with her. So how is she such a great mother when she's out here not only getting drunk, but getting drunk and then driving, hitting somebody, dragging the moped, and then driving off back home? That sounds like some great motherly qualities to me. And then you got to remember, DaniLeigh's brother decided to beef with DaBaby for what reason? I don't know. And then he gets the beats put on him by DaBaby's whole crew, and they were filming it and everything. In this particular reason, we're going to see what unfolds, right? So let's say me or you. Let's say we commit what DaniLeigh just committed. We're cooked, bro. We're going to jail. That's just what's going to happen. Now, she went to jail, and of course, I think she's out by now. I'm not entirely sure. But let's ask ourselves this question. Is DaniLeigh going to suffer any consequences for this? And this is where it gets into the whole people saying other countries are corrupt. When have we really seen artists, rappers, actually face repercussions for their crimes? Unless it's like something especially heinous, which I consider this pretty bad. Like the whole drunk driving, there's like several layers to it. There's people that drive drunk, right? And then there's this culture of people that think it's cool to drive drunk and that they're just the exception to the rule, and it's because people don't know how to drive, and they perpetuate that, which is arguably even worse. I personally hate people that drive drunk. I hate people that, even more so, I hate people that think it's cool to drive drunk. No, I'm not getting in the car with you, clown. And realistically, if something happened to you, it would be great. we would save many lives. Because what usually happens is they end up hitting somebody or damaging someone else's property, in the best case, and in the worst case, they end up killing someone else. And then they still end up living, which it's like, damn, bro. Like, can we just switch it around? You're the one that did everything wrong, and then you still get to live? So I'm wondering what the Danny Lay defender, what is Danny Lay even doing? That's my real question, musically speaking. Is she popping? Someone let me know. I looked at her past couple of songs. Those numbers, they don't look too hot for someone signed to Def Jam, which is a major label. Although Def Jam, when was the last time Def Jam had anything? Do you guys remember when they signed YBN Namir a year ago? I don't even think he's signed to them anymore. So they did like something quick with him. I don't recall who else they signed. Def Jam is pretty much rolling off people that they signed templates years ago. They got Ed Sheeran, they got Justin Bieber, and off of that, they're probably like, they don't have Cardi B. I'm tweaking out. Circling back to DaBaby, I think this helps DaBaby a lot. I don't know if DaBaby has to say anything. It's probably in his best interest to just ignore this. Although, this would make for excellent evidence or support if DaBaby wanted to try and get full custody of his kid. But according to the internet, he doesn't care about his kids, which I don't believe to be the case. DaBaby's always around his kids. He seems to be very involved in their lives. He seems to love his children. Although, if you got somebody like Danny Lay, just from what we've seen on social media, she's got she's got assault charges. She was tweaking out on DaBaby on camera, so she knew she was being recorded, tried to play the victim, and then now she created a victim who actually got significantly hurt. I hope they sue Danny Lay for everything she got, which she probably got some money, let's be real. Let me not turn the hate meter all the way up, although I don't even pay attention to Danny Lay other than her connection to Lil Baby and the fact that I can't stand artists getting away with any and everything. I remember an artist just several months ago that got charged for beating a woman or choking a woman that was pregnant, and then his fans just decided to look the other way, and nothing happened, and nothing will happen, and they cleaned it up, which, good job to his team. But the same type of people better not be jumping on others and saying, yo, this guy's evil, this guy's wrong, when you just decide to look past certain things that are clearly a recurring type of behavior. And that goes for the majority of artists. I personally, especially if someone's just accused of something, it's a little bit different. Whenever there's an accusation, I'm just like, yo, if there's a mugshot, then it's like, oh, that's not too great. But if there's just an accusation, I treat it all the same. I'm like, I'm just letting it fly over the top of my head. However, everyone else isn't the same. So accusations turn into convictions in public opinion, depending on the sliding spectrum or scale of how much they like the person. If it's max, they like the person, hell, even a charge isn't enough. And a conviction is still, people are like, I don't really know. Like, for example, Tory Lanez being one of those examples. But on the other sliding scale, if they really don't like the person, hell, they'll make up accusations. People are making up this whole Island Boys thing when there's zero proof of it. That's just an example of how crazy fake news can get. But I'm just rambling right now, so I'm just going to end the video with this. Do you think Danny Lay will suffer any type of consequence that is proportional to the damage and crime that she committed? My answer is absolutely not. Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.